In today's video, we are going to be Zillow surfing a gorgeous mid-century modern home in Peoria, Illinois. This one is $480,000. It is currently under contract. It's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 3,230 square feet, and it's located at 3300 North Bigelow Street in Peoria, Illinois, 61604. Peoria is home to Caterpillar. I think that's probably what it's best known for. And I've actually been to Peoria on a couple occasions. I saw this house being discussed online, and a lot of people were really wowed by not only how gorgeous this house was, but the price point. $480,000 isn't cheap, especially for something in Peoria, Illinois. But when you see the house, I think you're going to be wowed by it, at least if you like mid-century modern homes. So I'm going to let you guys take some looks at the photos here while I tell you a little bit about Peoria. So Peoria's origins date back to 1680 when the French built Fort Crèvecoeur, the first European structure in what is now Illinois. Permanently organized as Peoria County in 1825 and incorporated as a town in 1835, made a city in 1845. It's along the Illinois River in central Illinois, and it sits roughly midway between Chicago and St. Louis. It's about a 3-hour and 10-minute drive from Chicago, about 120 miles southwest of Chicago. It's named after the Peoria tribe of the Illinois Confederacy, and it was dubbed the whiskey capital of the world. You know, you don't think of Illinois being known for whiskey, but with dozens of distilleries producing millions of gallons of rye and bourbon, thanks to its limestone water and river access. And they still do have a pretty good whiskey scene to this day, though it's not a whiskey capital. Home to Caterpillar, the world's largest heavy machinery leader, earning Peoria the moniker the earth-moving capital of the world. There's also an old phrase, will it play in Peoria? I hadn't heard this one, but apparently it grew from vaudeville fame and reflects Peoria's reputation as the quintessential American test market city. And you know what, that's what's interesting. There's another city, it's a little bit northwest of Illinois. It's called Galena. It's kind of a town people go away for a weekend, bed and breakfast, golf resorts, stuff like that. They got a cute little downtown with shops and restaurants. But I think like Abe Lincoln did a stop there along the campaign trail, gave an important speech. There's a lot of these small, kind of forgotten about cities that at one point were pretty big cities or important in America. And when I was in Peoria, and I'll tell you a little bit about my trip to Peoria, but when I was in Peoria, I went and checked out something called the world's most beautiful drive. And President Theodore Roosevelt reportedly proclaimed that Grandview Drive, a winding scenic road along the Illinois River bluffs, was the world's most beautiful drive during his visit in 1910. I don't know if he was trying to be flattering. It's a pretty enough drive. It's far from the world's most beautiful drive. And if you've ever been to like Garden of the Gods in Colorado or Bryce Canyon in Utah, or any number of other places, there are much, much more beautiful drives and beautiful places than in Peoria, Illinois. I took the drive. It was on like a dreary Sunday morning. it was pretty enough, but I was kind of unimpressed with it. But it's a cool enough drive. If you're in Peoria, it's worth checking out. During World War II, Peoria's USDA lab played a pivotal role in the mass production of penicillin, helping supply life-saving doses in the time of the D-Day invasion. And I think that's kind of all the interesting facts we got about Peoria. So I'll tell you a couple quick stories. So one, there's a town near Peoria, I think neighboring Peoria, called Pekin. Pekin, Illinois, it's a small little town. There obviously was some racism back in the days. This shocked me. When I was in the town, I wound up learning about this. And this is, I was probably in the town 20 years ago. I was working at a Kmart in the town. I had kind of a traveling job. But Pekin, up until I think like 1984, the official mascot of their high school was the Pekin, and I don't think I can, we got an indoor swimming pool too. I don't think I'm even allowed to say the word on YouTube. We'll say it rhymes with pink, and it's a derogatory word about Chinese people. And literally up until like 1984, you can Google this if you don't believe me, you can see their Letterman's jackets. The school's mascot, or the school sports teams, were called the Pekin, and we'll say Pinks. It was actually another word, but kind of hard to believe, like up until 1984. That's like not that far ago. So anyhow, that was my first experience in Peoria. More recently, I actually drove through Peoria. There was a new glamping place that had opened up. You guys, I'm sure, know glamping, right? Like they got, kind of like heated tents. They got a real toilet in there. It's kind of midway between like camping and being indoors, or camping and a hotel. Anyhow, this glamping resort opened up there. I was looking for a spot to have my wedding, and anything in the Chicagoland area was going to be like 3 times the price. Peoria is maybe, again, I already said like 3 hours from Chicago. I'm in Chicago. So I went there for a weekend to check it out. It was really cool. It was right along the Illinois River. They had golf carts for you to get around. There was a trout fishing stream. You could rent boats. They had a really nice restaurant. It was a really, really cool spot. Although I was almost going to give them the deposit, and I kind of abruptly got an email from the woman who ran the place, and she was like, yeah, we're shutting down. I'm not really sure what it is. I think they were involved in some lawsuits. They were like a big property developer. I think they had like a theater and a convention center in Peoria that also got shut down as well. This is an amazing property. We'll have to go through these photos when I can focus on them and talk about them. Yeah, they wound up like shutting down abruptly, and they had like been spending years building this place, put a ton of money into it. I'm not really sure why it shut down. I don't think it's ever reopened since. Glad I didn't wind up giving them a deposit for the wedding. Yeah, that was my other recent experience in Peoria. Overall, it kind of seems like a Rust Belt kind of river town. It's a little bit depressing. There's worse places to live. Like as far as like small downstate Illinois towns go, Peoria is one of the bigger ones. It has some decent jobs. It has some stuff going on. But it does have some crime problems, not throughout the entire city, but in pockets of the city. Caterpillar moved their headquarters out. I mean, granted, there were only about 1,000 people employed there. It was mostly executives. They still do some production there. But the town is somewhat of a depressed town. The Zestimate on this is $460,000. It was built in 1965. $10 a month HOA, really affordable pricing per square foot. $149 per square foot. It's on over a half-acre lot. What's special about it? A fireplace-warmed family room, vintage display wall unit, a main floor primary suite, expansive windows and skylights, private backyard, peaceful patio, and custom cabinetry. Let's see if we can look at the property history. This one's going to cost you a little under $3,400 per month to own. If we look at the property history, how far do we go back? 2015 sold for $325,000. Actually, it was listed, wound up getting dropped to $259,000. Man, in 2016, this would have been a steal for $259,000. It ultimately wound up selling for $249,000. They just recently listed it for $480,000, and it looks like it went contingent for $480,000. So some good appreciation there. Let's read a little bit about this property. An iconic mid-century modern masterpiece. If you've been searching for a true mid-century modern gem, your wait is over. Designed in 1965 by renowned Peoria architect Les Kenyon for a prominent local family, this custom home is a rare and timeless find, perfectly situated on a beautifully landscaped 0.64-acre lot along the sought-after Bigelow Boulevard. The property showcases hallmark MCM details, including vaulted and beam ceilings, built-in buffet, indirect and art lighting, and expansive windows and skylights that flood the home with natural light. The floor plan features 3 bedrooms with generous closet space, including a main floor primary suite, complete with a spacious bathroom and private access to your very own indoor lap pool. That's pretty sweet. Truly a retreat like no other. A dedicated office library with built-in desk and shelving adds function and charm. The kitchen maintains its original character with custom cabinetry and a pass-through to the fireplace-warmed family room, all overlooking the peaceful patio and private backyard, thoughtfully updated by the current owners. The home has been lovingly maintained with a new roof, HVAC, flooring, select appliances, and bath fixtures, all done with respect to the home's original design. The reimagined laundry lounge area is a standout, featuring new cabinetry paired with a vintage display wall unit. A rare 3-car garage completes this exceptional offering. This is not just a home, it's a timeless architectural gem. And this is one of the coolest mid-century modern homes I've seen, at least that aren't like millions and millions of dollars. Probably one of the coolest ones I've ever seen in this price range. So, I love that kind of slanted roof. We got kind of the patio above the garage. I actually like the home from the side, on the garage side, even better than the front, but the front's cool. Really cool front door, like those door handles. We got a pergola off the front. Love this flooring. It's kind of got that like 1980s dentist office vibe, especially with that Monstera in the corner. Wood panel walls, but I love the look. This is like so mid-century modern. Furniture kind of goes along with the look of the home. Giant windows, tons of natural light, like the wood ceilings. Nice wooden floors here. Like the lighting. The fireplace is a little bit more modern, but I dig it. I like how they did, they got the furniture kind of going along with the property. They've kept everything kind of true to form. I love that clock above the fireplace, mid-century modern fireplace. A lot of built-ins here. Got a little pass-through and coffee bar that goes to the dining room. Kitchen is very original. I don't love the cabinets. I might paint them or something, but I do kind of like the look Love that kind of vintage look here. What else do we got? Looks like this is like a formal dining room. Again, we got like more built-ins. So here's a master bedroom that leads out to the pool. That is pretty sweet. You know, bathroom's kind of old school, kept back in the in kind of the 60s style. What is that, like a path through from the bedroom to the bathroom to the his and her sinks. Here's a covered lap pool. That is really nice. Got a TV out there. Looks like got a grill out there. Got an office with some built-in bookshelves, wood panel walls. Love the wallpaper in here. Vintage kitchen sink. Dig that. Like the tiling there. I kind of love the 3 levels here, but still not having a ton of stairs. Looks like this is maybe the way into the garage. You got a little bit of a shoe rack and a place to throw coats and stuff like that. Second bedroom. Good-sized bedrooms. I love this. So I believe this is that patio above the garage. They got kind of the AstroTurf up there. Nice little sitting area. Another bathroom. Very kind of Brady's Bunch-ish. Laundry. It's kind of hard to figure out what this is. Got a laundry room with like kind of a slop sink there with kind of a sitting room off of it. I really love the view of the house from this area. And that's interesting how we got 2 garages on the left and 1 to the right. 3-car garage, but not 3 cars together. I actually kind of like that. Got another pergola in the front. Really nice backyard patio. Nice little garden plot here. You know, even the patio's kind of got the mid-century modern vibes. You know, love that kind of like black steel framing, the windows. There's almost like a little courtyard in the back. I imagine this whole neighborhood's got some pretty cool mid-century modern houses in it. Overall, I absolutely love this property. Again, it's kind of pricey for Peoria, but it's a beautiful home. Again, this one's $480,000, 3 beds, 3 bath, 3,230 square feet, and it's located at 3300 North Bigelow Street in Peoria. Let me know what you guys think about this property. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button down below and ring the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one.